Hi, how are you doing today? Welcome to the world of NobelBiz's collections communications tools. It's really a wonderful opportunity for me to speak to you at the ACA International Fall Forum. Thanks for having us and welcome. Well, we're NobelBiz, so who are we? Well, you've known us for years, since 2002, as a carrier, as the telco product behind the ways that you've connected with your debtors. We are a carrier specific to that industry, and in that industry, we've understood and learned the strategies, the quality you need, and the capabilities you need to make sure that you're making contacts all the time you need them. But then, if you've known us all these years, why are we important to you today? I'll tell you why. Today, we're also a manufacturer of the tools that you use to collect the right money at the right time in the right way. We are the developer of OMNI Plus. These are products that allow you to reach your debtor in real time in the way you need to reach your debtor. Hang on here, let me explain what I'm saying. I'm Steve Bederman. I'm the president of NobelBiz, and I've been in the industry, your industry, for over 20 years, building specific solutions to integrate, to collect, and to communicate with the people that you're looking to get promises from. Many of you know me as a guy that has built many of the dialing solutions that were brought to the industry over the last 20 years that have really been beneficial. But listen, we don't call them dialers anymore. They're not dialers. Yes, they do dial, but the system, our system, OMNI Plus, is really much, much more. It's really a connections system. So let's get started and let me explain. The collections industry has perfected the ability to skip trace your debtors. You've always done it by finding relatives, by finding neighbors, by finding the debtor, by finding their phone numbers, by listing out tens, if not hundreds of numbers to call through, addresses to mail to go visit. Some of you have done that. You find friends, you find those neighbors, you find their email addresses. But today, what do? You find much more. Today, you're finding them on Facebook. You're finding them on WhatsApp. You're finding them on LinkedIn. You're finding them in their SMS and their chat tools. So don't you think it's time to use the kind of tools that can connect you to those people where exactly you find them? In planned, strategic, or real time. Well, that's what OMNI Plus does, and I'm going to show you how that looks. Listen, nobody remains anonymous today. So when you find them, use the advantage of the tools to make yourself sure that you're going to connect with them. Don't let them off the hook. Find a way to hold people to their promises. If you find them everywhere they skip to, you're going to get some money in return. So as I alluded to earlier, we spent years and years working in this industry. As a carrier, we know the collections industry, and as a contact center product today, a connections tool, we know collections. And equally important is we're an integrator, so that we understand how to integrate your collection softwares, which are the key and so important to you in keeping your data and your promises intact and your strategies. But we know collections and we know how you do it. We also understand the strategies that people use to use the tools that we manufacture to improve your performance. So I think it's time that companies like us don't just hand you tool sets, but what we hand you is our tool set with our experience to say, in our hundreds of clients that use these tools in this manner, this is the way we've seen it used to develop and improve performance. That's why we believe in what I would say proof of concepts. In a proof of concept, you get to implement a system the way you would hope to have it implemented safely without interfering in your current work environment, because you don't want to lose the opportunities that today you're facing just for what may benefit you in the future. So proof of concepts are really low-cost approaches, safe approaches, less disruptive approaches. Look, we expect to have you a client for the rest of the years. So why are we going to rush this? It's the right thing to implement an OMNI Plus solution. It's not the right thing to do it wrongly. So let's do the right thing right and do a safe and secure implementation. I mean, I've always felt that I don't think there's a question from any of you looking at this today, or all of the people that I've talked to in your industry over the years, that doesn't think tools like an Omni solution, where you're bringing together all the different medias in a fashion that you can easily access, keep it together, manage, and improve your performance. Nobody says that that's a bad idea. But what is a bad idea is when you think it's complicated, and when you think that it's going to be more difficult to manage than what you already know and depend on today for your collectors and your management and your reporting and more. So let me show you some screens of what Omni is. I think you'll be impressed, and I think you'll see why I say it's the simplest way to improve what's going on in your world. So what you're looking at here is a single coordinated, queued, managed, and reported singular instance where a debtor can connect with your collector or vice versa in any media that is convenient. So as you can see on the screen, as you use different medias, they just simply are sitting off to the left there. It's very easy for an agent to manage, and all maintained within the same environment. And I think that's a critical piece. So you're not flipping around, everything is central, and it's just a new way to train your collector. We find it takes 5, maybe 10 minutes at most to train any collector to use this proficiently. But in addition, think of it this way, if a debtor prefers to start in voice, start moving over to media like video, end the contact in a chat using Telegram or WhatsApp, whatever, it's as simple as a click, and you're just moving along, talking from one to the other in a fashion that they're not going to escape you, and you're going to get to the reporting all singularly put together. So then what happens when the communication ends? Here, look at this. You see, all of the communication is in a single spot. So imagine the old days when we were just calling people up, having a voice connection. It was simple. It wasn't hard, and everything was reported. Now just add what we call different medias or different methods of how you talk to people, all in the same context. And it's just the same exact experience, but more of it, more convenient for everyone. And that's really what we're saying to you. Let's do this conveniently. And listen, let me end with this. I don't want to keep you too long because I know that it can be boring just to watch a video of me sitting here in my home, safe and sound from the pandemic, and you out there fighting the heavy battle. So look, I don't want to bore you with too many details, but I'd rather take you together with you and show you the true system. So all you have to do is fill out some forms, fill out the form on our website, send me an email, steve.bederman@nobelbiz.com. Use our phone, many ways you can reach us. And then let us show it to you. It's really worth taking the time. Listen, all of this being said, these are tools that you can use. These are strategies that can be implemented. These are carrier relationships that are important. But really, I want to tell you who we are, because NobelBiz is really built on a single core value. Make a promise, keep a promise. It's as simple as that. If we say we're going to do it, we're going to do every single thing in our power to do what we said we're going to do. We're going to work 24 hours a day for you every day of the year. And if you're working, we're working. Listen, nobody in our industry could care about you, could care about collecting money more than we care about you and your ability to do that. That's why you need to remember also that we're a carrier, because that means that at the carrier level of communications, we control not only the quality, not only the experience to increase your contacts, but because we are the carrier, your telco rates are going down because we control the cost. We're not buying it from third parties. We are the carrier. So you get cost controls, reduction of the bills that you're used to seeing, and you're getting the highest quality. A rotation to different areas if there's any voice concerns or any other problems that may occur at any time. So as a part and parcel of being able to work together for the long term, it's not about how much we can charge you for something or what is left on the table. It's about giving you the best and cutting edge tools in an easy to implement proof of concept fashion, backed up with our carrier services that help reduce your costs. So really what you get is this. You get the finest available in the world today from the most experienced people within the context of our industry and your industry. And the costs are going to be less. So you will, I promise you, you will spend less money today than you are spending with the highest quality. That's how you keep a long-term relationship. But you have to fill out the form. Come and talk to us. We want to hear from you. So combine it all together, and what you're going to get is a wonderful Omni Plus experience. And listen, we support ACA. We always have. We believe in you. And we would love to be able to work with you in a more defined and elegant manner. So looking forward to our relationship as it goes forward, testing out what this new product brings to you. So remember this when you think of NobelBiz. A promise is a promise, and you have mine.